Today on Studio G, Elena Ledbetter shows us ways to avoid the flu this season.
Donald Woods will update us on the latest in science and technology world.
And Kelby Weiler reports on how UNLV's ROTC cadets are preparing for their competition.
Don't touch that mouse. Studio G starts right now.
Good afternoon, I'm Crystal Maguerza.
And I'm Christina Davies.
The flu season has hit Las Vegas hard. The state has now reached 12 flu-related deaths. That breaks the record from the 9 deaths last season. Symptoms of the flu continue to knock Las Vegans off their feet. Many have ended up in the hospital or sick at home. Reporter Elena Ledbetter explains how there are 2 routes to avoid to take the flu.
It's that time of year again, flu season. If you're not careful, you can be a victim of this horrible virus. Many try to find relief with Tylenol, Dayquil, and NyQuil. Some go for the flu shot, but others are weary about it.
The flu shot should not make you sick.
The flu has brought many patients to Dr. Dahlia Wax's office. She recommends the shot, but some believe the myth, the vaccine causes the flu.
It's a killed virus. All we're doing is giving the wall to you so that your body senses it, can recognize it, and its antibodies can then fight it when it kind of sees a real thing.
After getting the shot, it takes 2 weeks to kick in, and during that time, patients can either catch the flu because they were exposed to the live virus or experience flu-like symptoms. So why get it?
The problem is the flu can be deadly.
If you have not or refuse to take the flu vaccine, you're not down on your luck. There are alternatives, such as natural supplements.
Immune boosting herbs, nutrients, lysine, for instance. Lysine inhibits viral replication.
The flu shot and over-the-counter drugs aren't always the answer, says naturopathic physician Dr. Alexandra Ryman. She has treated more patients with the flu than ever before this season, and she believes people must
make sure that your health is optimal so that when something does come by, you can knock it out and deal with it and not be taken out of work.
For optimal health, it's best to stay hydrated, eat healthy, take your vitamins, wash your hands, and stay away from those who are sick. Reporting for Studio G, I'm Elena Ledbetter.
Las Vegas's flu season lasts from November until April, and if you're concerned about catching the virus, it's not too late to take one of the 2 routes. If you're interested in getting the flu shot, there are clinics providing them at different times and locations throughout the week. To find those clinics, you can visit Southern Nevada's Health District website at southernnevadahealthdistrict.org.
A teenager is likely to experiment with many things, including drugs, but it's where they are finding those drugs that has authorities and abuse prevention programs hard at work. Reporter Zach Fuentes has more.
LSD. They're all dangerous drugs that anyone should stay away from, especially young teens. But it's not just narcotics found on street corners that parents should be worried about. Kids may be experimenting with drugs found right at home. Jamie Ross and Anna Cedro both head local coalitions in the Valley that play a huge role in substance abuse prevention. Jamie of the PAC Coalition says drugs found in the medicine cabinet are just as dangerous as anything you'd find on the street.
26% of youth, the very first drug that they try, the very first illicit drug that they try is a prescription drug. So we're seeing those numbers just absolutely skyrocket because there's this misconception out there that if it's a prescription, it must be safe even for abuse, which is absolutely untrue.
The coalitions, along with most local law enforcement departments, put together an event last weekend at Garside Middle School that gave residents around the valley a chance to safely get rid of any unused or expired pills.
This helps us because the drugs don't get into the schools, into our community, and we don't have them in the hands of people that are abusing drugs. Our main concern is to make sure that our community is safe.
Ward 1 Councilwoman Lois Tarkanian was at the event and was pleased with the turnout.
We collected at our last group like this about 35 pounds of pills. We've already past 70 pounds. So we've doubled what we're doing. More and more people are aware.
And awareness is what Anna Cedro, Executive Director of CARE Coalition, says is key to preventing substance abuse.
Studies show that when parents talk to their kids about drugs, that they're 50% less likely to abuse them.
For Studio G, this is Zach Fuentes.
If you have any prescription drugs that you'd like to get rid of, you don't have to wait for the next pill take-back event. Just drop them off at any police substation and they will gladly take them, no questions asked.
They completed the assignments and earned the credits, but for many college grads, landing the first job is truly the difficult part. Now UNLV is going the extra mile to ensure that their students succeed. Reporter Shelly Salbito explains.
2014 semester has just started, but students are gearing up to find a job that accommodates with their major.
I'm looking for a job. I'm graduating on May, so hoping after I graduate, I'll find something.
And now his campus is helping out. This is the spring job fair for UNLV students. Just over 145 employers are looking for applicants who are looking to pursue a job in their industry.
If the student is interested and they're exactly what the employer is looking for, they will make an offer right on the spot.
Raylan Fraser Lee, Interim Director of Career Services at UNLV, says that a college diploma absolutely matters. According to a report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, unemployment rate for people with a bachelor's degree is 4.5%. Compare that to those with a high school diploma at 8.3%.
We want to make sure that those students that have graduated from UNLV in the past know that they're always welcome and have the services of career services to help them with their employment as they continue into their future.
UNLV experts say that UNLV unemployment rate for college graduates is lower from those who didn't graduate from college.
What do you hope to get out of this career fair today?
Hoping after I graduate, get a job or someone call me from here.
A call that would help Jericho beyond the classroom, ensuring that a degree at UNLV is just the beginning. Reporting from Studio G, I'm Shelly Salbito.
Thanks, Shelly. UNLV is Nevada's largest public university, having produced approximately 95,000 graduates over the past 50 years. Way to go, Rebels. After the break, Kyle King will update us on today's weather.
Greek fraternity and sorority life at UNLV can provide an experience like no other. With benefits including supportive friends, leadership and career opportunities, and community service.
Greek life at UNLV is really great because it's a good way to network and meet new people from all over the place.
We got academics and we're all about that culture. So we encompass everything all around, and we're out here and we're trying to better ourselves and try to make it better, and let's just make it all better all together.
Our third pod is Kat Gonzalez.
We mainly talk about pop culture and whatever movie or TV show that we're interested in right now.
Pretty much everything about media, current events, current everything regarding pop culture and stuff.
I want them to laugh at us because we're so awkward.
This is a really casual show.
I'm Chelsea.
I'm Toby.
And we're 3 Ps in a pod. Come listen to us at therebelhd2.com.
Good afternoon, guys. I'm Kyle King, and I'm here with today's weather. Right now, it is 70 degrees, partly cloudy skies, nothing to worry about. We're doing pretty well. Now, right now, our high is actually 70 degrees. Our low is 50 degrees. Our record low, as we can see, is 26 degrees, very cold. And our record high was 85 degrees. That is very, very hot. Now, if we look over at temperatures over here in the southwest, we're doing pretty well. 50s and 60s, partly cloudy skies, nothing to really worry about. However, if we look over into the northwest, we definitely do have a huge disturbance. We have a storm system coming from the Arctic. It's coming from the northwest, going into the Midwest, heading down to the southeastern part of the country. That means we're going to have wind chills of 20 to 30 degrees, bringing down temperatures below average 20 to 30 degrees. Not a good look. Now, for tomorrow's forecast, that's why we see that Seattle is 54. Boise is 58. They are very, very cloudy. And if we go down to the south, that's where that front is really hitting the southern part of the country. Houston is way below average, 49. It is raining. Over there in Midland, it is 37, and it is pouring as well. They are way below average. And over in Miami, 83 degrees, partly cloudy skies, vacation weather. Now for our extended day forecast, for Wednesday it is 72 degrees, the low is 57. We can expect some precipitation throughout the weekend, but hey, just go ahead and brush the rain off your shoulders and prepare for a bright and sunny Monday and Tuesday. That's all for today's weather. Back to the desk.
And thank you for that weather, Kyle. Hi, I'm Donald Woods. This semester I'll be bringing you news from the science and technology world. We start off with a new technological advance that has recently debuted in the fashion industry. Clothes are sewn together, but now there is a capability to print out clothing rather than sew it or go buy it at a retailer. It has been named 3D printing. This technology lets you digitally scan a design and print a physical object of it by layers. The items are generally made out of plastic. This footage is from a recent fashion show. However, the clothing you see came from computers. This growing trend has been labeled by designers as computational fashion. It allows designers, both new and upcoming, to try new ideas on their computer before printing the actual physical copy of clothing. It increases the possibility that in the future, instead of buying clothes at the store, you can print them out from your very home. For you Apple electronic users out there, it's important to know that a vulnerability exposing sensitive information to potential hackers was patched up over the weekend by Apple. The patch fixed issues in the most recent software for iPhones, iPads, and iPod Touches. Apple users of these devices should make sure their device is updated with the newly issued software before connecting to a public wireless network, such as a coffee shop or an airplane. Bitcoin is a programmable money that has been nicknamed a digital currency. All you need is money and a smartphone. Participants verify and record payments in exchange for transaction fees and new bitcoins. Users send and receive bitcoins using wallet software on computers, phones, and apps. Most Americans have never heard of Bitcoin, but there's a possibility it will enter the mainstream monetary system as the first Bitcoin ATM is up and running in New Mexico. Bitcoin has been under criticism for its use with illegal activities worldwide. The U.S. is considered to be Bitcoin friendly compared to other governments. Authorities in Europe have warned about the lacking of consumer protection as they can be stolen and getting chargebacks is virtually impossible. That's all the science and technology news I have for this Tuesday. I'm Donald Woods. Stick around for more science and technology news this semester. We'll be right back after the break.
This place to be a place that they feel safe, is secure, a place where they get inspired. So many times we kind of get complacent in our everyday life, transforming lives in the community from the inside out. I've been in fitness my whole life, but now tying that in now in my spiritual walk, it's been just amazing. Some people may want to run a marathon. Some may want to just get off their asthma inhaler. Exercising and moving our bodies, I think it's, you know, we say if you don't use it, you lose it.
The name of my show is The Revolution, where you get your fix. What I do is I motivate individuals and I play local artist music and I get people connected to events on campus and in the community. Social revolution that's happening, we want to be able to be a catalyst for that and motivate people. This is Don Conquer, The Revolution, KUMV, HD2, 91.5 The Rebel.
Welcome back from the break. I'm Troy Fauziate, and today we are sitting with Olympian Christina Jones, and she is also a journalism student here at UNLV. Thank you for joining us, Christina.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Very welcome. I understand that you were an Olympic athlete at Beijing. How was that experience like?
It's pretty crazy to experience something that you work your whole life for in a matter of a couple of days. So I would say the overall experience seemed very surreal, blurry, and fast forward. But overall, it was a fantastic experience that I'll carry with me forever.
Definitely. How was it to fully prepare for the Olympics? I understand there's tournaments and around the country. What is it like to get fully prepared for the games?
Preparing for the games consumes all of your time. We train 6 days a week, 8 hours in the water, 2 hours on land. I really had time for nothing else. other than training. I ate, slept, breathed, cried, laughed, everything with my team. So preparing for the Olympics was pretty crazy and hectic, I'd say.
Definitely. And in the Olympic Village, did you have the chance to like just bond with the entire USA team as well?
Yeah, the Olympic Village is, it's pretty cool actually, because you get to see all of the different countries eating and all the different sports and walking around and taking pictures. And you sort of develop a bond with other Americans because you see a USA jacket and you just kind of walk up to them like you've known them forever. And it's a really special experience in that environment, and it's really interesting to see all the different shapes and sizes and nationalities of people living together for a short time.
Definitely. And have you been watching like the Olympics, like Sochi?
Oh yeah.
Definitely. How did you think of it this year?
I thought it looked great. I mean, I'm obviously a huge Olympic fan, and watching opening and closing ceremonies brings back a lot of emotions and memories for me. But overall, I think it went very well.
Definitely. Which sport was your favorite among all of them?
I like figure skating.
Definitely, because I definitely loved seeing the first American couple to like win gold. That was definitely a great look. What do you think of that?
Right. I thought it was really good, and I thought that they handled it very graciously, and I thought that they deserved what they got. And yeah, congratulations, go USA.
Yeah, definitely. And I understand that you are working for Cirque du Soleil.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us more about that.
Well, I perform in the production O, which is at the Bellagio. I'm a synchronized swimmer, and I do 10 shows a week. And it's basically going pro for a synchronized swimmer, I guess. That's what I would call it.
Nice. If there's like a difference, is like a difference between preparation between the Olympics and Cirque du Soleil to you?
Absolutely. When you're training for the Olympics, you're trying to train for a peak, one performance, and everything that you do surrounding the Olympics is for that one swim in that one moment. And when you're training to perform at Cirque du Soleil, you have to get to a level that you can maintain for 10 shows a week. So you won't necessarily have the high peaks that you would have at the Olympics, and you won't ever get to fully rest like you would during a taper session before competition. So they're both very unique, and it's nice to have a change.
Definitely. And what is your advice for young athletes around the country that want to reach their goal in being an Olympian?
I know it sounds cliche, but seriously, never give up. And it doesn't matter what other people think about you, because I remember the Snickers in high school and people laughing. Synchronized swimming it's a misunderstood sport here in the United States. But I didn't really care that people made fun of my sport, and I knew that I was going to go to the Olympics, even if they thought it was funny. So just stick to your dream and just keep pushing, and you'll get there.
Definitely. And aside from that, I understand you're also a student at UNLV.
Yeah.
So what is your major, and when are you graduating?
I'm a broadcast journalism major, minor in communications, and I hope to graduate by December, but it really depends on which classes are offered and when, because I have such a tight schedule with work. So we'll see. Hopefully December.
Definitely. And what is your dreams? What job do you actually want to pursue as a broadcast journalist?
I would really like to be involved in sports, because I really feel like being an athlete, I know the kinds of questions to ask. I know when to ask them during a competition, and I know when to leave an athlete alone. And I think I really know how to respect athletes. So I would definitely like to get involved in sports somehow.
Definitely. To follow up from the sports question, what sports are you more than likely do you want to cover in the future?
I'm an open book. I'm open to everything. I don't know.
Definitely. And to your advice to people who want to just be active, be an athlete, what's your advice to people that want to stay in shape and be active as an athlete in general?
Just make sure that you're doing something you love. Nobody likes to feel like they're a slave to the gym, and I know that everybody has a different system that works for them and keeps them in shape, and just find your thing and just go with it.
Thank you for joining us, Christina. We'll be right back after this break.
Do I know you? Oh my God, who are you? Why are you taking my picture?
I'm Savannah.
I'm Zoe.
We're the hosts of Happy Hour.
Our show is kind of like a mix of everything. It's like happy hour, whatever you do.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, all the elements of like kind of like a comedy show, kind of like put on radio along with news and then music. I'm Savannah.
I'm Zoe.
We're the hosts of Happy Hour on the Rebel HQ.
And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Joining a student organization can enhance and redefine the UNLV college experience. UNLV has over 200 registered student organizations on campus and in the Las Vegas community, encompassing a variety of interests, activities, and beliefs among the student body. To explore, access, and join a student organization, visit the Involvement Center website under my.unlv.edu. Be a rebel. Get involved.
They do more by 7 o'clock in the morning than most people do all day. Reporter Kelly Weiber has the story.
It was an early 5 a.m. wake-up call for UNLV's Army ROTC cadets.
Monday through Thursday, we're on campus every day with football players, with the Air Force ROTC, with the track and field. You know, we're all over campus doing PT. These guys are putting in a little extra time on the weekends, going out for long runs at Red Rock and hikes, and kind of building up their endurance.
They have been preparing to compete in a nationwide Task Force Ranger Challenge hosted by the brigades within the U.S. Army.
They're going to be faced with some tough events. This is another one of those opportunities to put forth their best effort, to think critically, to be challenged and see what kind of leaders we can make out of them.
This year's team captain, Juan Urista, has been to the challenge before and uses his prior experience to work with his teammates and prepare them for what's to come.
We're all pretty squared away with physical fitness, which is why we get to spend more time on the technical lanes like rope bridge, grenade courses, movement in urban areas against like an enemy force. Typically, you got to work with your team. If they're not in physical shape, you got to spend more time PTing. If they're squared away, you get to do more fun stuff like rope bridge, stuff like that.
With the new cadre we have, with those cadets that have come back with that experience, they are really amped to do well this year.
The teams will compete for 2 days, 18 hours each, and complete their courses while wearing their mandatory 50-pound gear.
Competition is the 27th, that is the day we are leaving, and the events start on the 28th. We have 9 main members on our team, including 2 alternates, which brings us to 11. Although when we fly to competition at Joint Base Luton Corps in Washington, we're only going to be taking the main 9 and 1 alternate.
For Studio G, I'm Kelby Weiler.
UNLV hopes to bring home a win and advance to the Sandhurst military competition in New York. Their major is confident that they will do well. Good luck, UNLV.
Beauty and Brains was showcased at the Las Vegas Clark County Theater. Reporter Victoria Janae has more.
I'm Victoria Janae, and I'm here at the Black and Gold Scholarship Pageant 2014 here at the Las Vegas Clark County Theater. Let's take a look.
The Brothers of Sigma Phi chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity officially brought their scholarship pageant back at the Clark County Library Theater. This year's pageants will be competing for the hopeful title of Miss Black and Gold. Talent, swimsuits, and intelligence was showcased by 8 UNLV college women. What better way to start off the new school year? The night was filled with guest performances from saxophone player Caprice Howard and Trinity Dance Company. As a member of Greek Life, Shakia Givens shares her support and why she entered the pageant.
As a member of Greek Life, and knowing that there's not a lot of support with us, I wanted to support the men of Alpha Phi Alpha, as well as let them know that as their council president, I'm here for them and they're my friends. And I know that this was going to a good cause. It helped me go out of my comfort zone, and I did enjoy the experience.
Many UNLV students also came out and enjoyed the show.
It's been an amazing night with amazing girls. All of them look so fabulous, so beautiful.
I absolutely enjoyed the show. It was incredible.
One of the 3 judges was none other than Brittany Sherry Williams, a talent holder of Mrs. Nevada International 2010, Miss West Coast Galaxy 2011, and Universal Dream 2013.
Actually, a very great show. It's very difficult to choose the winner.
The night didn't end there, as Shanice Spencer won the title as Miss Black and Gold 2014. I'm Victoria Janae with Studio G.
The money raised through this program goes directly towards the scholarship and the various awards to contestants, a charitable donation to a nonprofit organization decided by Miss Black and Gold, and the Sigma Psi chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity.
A brand new national event made its second stop in Las Vegas this past weekend. The three-day event brought the transgender community together to focus on the tech industry. Trans Hack is a hackathon and speaker series traveling to different cities, aiming to shift the way trans people live. The event aims to tackle the social issues trans people face by bringing together the community and developing new and useful open-source technology projects. Courtney Ziegler, the founder of Trans Hack, explains how the event brings more than just new technology.
That hasn't been done amongst trans people. Also, creating spaces where we can feel inspired by one another, and that we can build off of one another and find the courage to really cultivate an entrepreneurial mindset so that we don't have to remain underemployed or unemployed.
Their next stop on their tour is March 28th in downtown Chicago. More information about Trans Hack is available on their website, www.transhack.com.
The community recently came together to save a Clark County zoo from permanently closing. Reporter Alvin Lloyd tells us more.
To raise enough money to open back up the Roos and Moore Zoo, a charity event was held at DB's Pong and Pool.
They're donating 100% of everything that's made off of food and drinks. So, we're hoping to raise quite a bit of money. They're auctioning off diamond earrings. We have some animal paintings that were done by the animals. So we have some awesome stuff here available for everyone.
People found out that we were closing down, and because of Clark County's requirements, the outpouring of support from the community was amazing.
We've been to Roos and Moore, their zoo, before. We took him for his birthday party. And unfortunately, we found out that they were closing, so we wanted to provide our support the best that we could. So we came down here, making sure to give a donation so these guys can get up and running again.
The event gave an opportunity for the community to learn more about the zoo.
So when you go there, you're not just looking at animals in cages. You're literally holding animals and playing with them, and the people there are teaching you about those animals. What do they eat? Where are they from? Everything about them. They call it an educational experience, so it's really cool. It's hands-on.
We utilize animals like him to help people get over their fears. We've had people literally go from scared to death of a reptile to 5 minutes later they don't want to stop petting them.
Organizers are pleased with the response of the community.
I'm loving the turnout. It's been very steady. We've had a lot of money raised so far, which is awesome because we really want to push to get that final number, raised, I guess, really. But we've had a really good turnout. It's been awesome, a lot of fun.
I had a blast, actually. Petting the Kutamundi and actually playing with the monkey was really cool for him.
For Studio G, I'm Alvin Loy.
If you would like to learn more about the zoo, you can visit their website at roosandmore.org.
That was a great interview.
That was. I can't believe she went to the Olympics. She worked her whole life for that, and it's only a few days, and I feel like you're working your whole life for something, and you get there.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's a great, someone that we can say came from UNLV.
And we know her.
And we know her.
You can say we're friends with her.
Whenever I watch the Olympics, I'm always like, I wonder, who these people are. And now we actually can say that we know one of the Olympians from Beijing. So that's awesome.
Yes. Well, that's all the news we have for you today. I'm Christina Davies.
And I'm Crystal Maguerza. Have a great Tuesday, Las Vegas.